So, hey everybody, welcome here. So we start as usual by the guided meditation and enlightenment activation, and then we have a little talk about how good we are. Or, so we just sit comfortably here now. Yes, so to speak, landing on this spot. Leaving life alone a little bit for the moment. Not interested in anything specific. Just allow the moment to be as it already is. And doing absolutely nothing. For those who want to have the activation, you need to have the video on. I need to see your face. We just allow the moment to be as it is. Not interested in anything specific. And doing absolutely nothing. Okay, we can take 1 or 2 minutes to come out of meditation. Okay. I'm more intelligent than you are. I'm better than you. People appreciate me so much. I'm proud of myself. I'm good. Huh? I'm really good. I'm better than others. This kind of ideas. I'm not telling the truth about you, of course. I don't think you took it for that also. These kind of ideas, pride, feeling better than others, more intelligent, arrogance, narcissism, feeling good when we appreciate it. I'm quite good, actually. They said I did a good job. It's quite good to be a me. It's not only this personal responsible me which makes problems all the time. No, quite nice to be a personal me. It has a other side, an advantage to be a person. But the thing is that now we, of course, we are continue the research to find the obstacles for you not seeing that you are totally enlightened now. This is also one more can put on the list. When we notice that we feel that we are better than other people. And actually, spiritual teachers can have this also. I will not say they are clear, but they can actually start to teach because they are not clear. And the spiritual ego, you know that one, can arise and become very big. I am something that you are not. I have something that you have not, and so on. Pay here. A little bit ironic now, but maybe even sarcastic. But just to understand that the personal me belief is not only something negative, it's actually something positive also. And I don't want to get rid of this. I see it sometimes in individual sessions that some people, they like the attention. Especially if you're a beautiful girl, for instance. They like to have this appreciation all the time. Lift you up. You feel good. You feel good by being appreciated. And also you can have this idea, which I also met, that you are a little bit better than other people. You're a little bit more creative than other people, more intelligent. But of course, it's the same me. It's the same personal me we're talking about. It's just another side of it. It can be good to be a little bit aware of this. Why don't I want to get rid of this personal me? Maybe there is something there that wants me to hold on to it. Not only that, it still seems to have no defense if I stop believing it. If I don't see that there is a personal me when I look, when I investigate, I don't see it. Huh? Of course, the feeling of defense and going to the unknown is also quite scary. But also, this positive aspect, this advantage of having a person me. I'm creative. Huh? They like me, and so on. It's just to add one more aspect of this personal me that can be a hindrance, and it's not maybe seen so clearly. But if we are aware of it, why don't I want to disbelieve this ghost in the machine, so to speak, that I haven't found when I look, when I understand that it was planted inside me when I was a child, little one. I believe what they said. There are many aspects of this personal me. Why we don't want to get rid of it, or why we don't let it go, so to speak. Because there is some advantage of it all also. It was a short talk today, but it's actually quite important. Quite important. Because this is not seen so clearly. And with there is a big resistance when we are questioning this belief. When we use it, the tool doesn't seem to work. How is this moment felt when there is no person responsible me? If it doesn't seem to work so good, it could be because of this. Because I don't want it to go away. I actually don't want it to go away. I just understand intellectually that there is nothing, it's just bringing problems in my life. But it's, there is some kind of quite common idea actually that I want to live in the enlightened state, but I also want to have the me left. I want to have the free will, and I want to decide what I want to do. I want to control when I want to control. Shouldn't be some other forces here. Unfortunately, you cannot have the cake and eat it at the same time, so to speak. But of course, that would be the optimal, huh? Living in the beautiful, enlightened state where there is only true love and bliss and peace and untouched by the story, and at the same time be totally free will and creative when you want it. But unfortunately, living in the enlightened state is to see that there is no personal responsible me. And that is freedom. Not only freedom from the ego, not only freedom from this obsession by this doing, fixing, have to, and I'm not good enough even, but also freedom to, not only freedom from the me, but freedom to, because now everything is possible. The me as a filter, it doesn't have any charge anymore because it's seen as I've never been there actually. So then every moment is totally open. Everything may happen. There is no censorship. There's no evaluation that something should be in a certain way. So much new things will arise. I have no idea. Oh, I didn't see that coming. You can say it all the time. Anyone have any comments or questions around this? Yes, Fritz, come on. Let's start. from LA here.
Yeah. So something that occurred to me as you were saying this, um, when I was in, let's say, my working years, I'm retired now. I got a lot of positive feedback about the work that I did. It was, the customers would say it, my boss would say it, and it felt good.
Mm.
And then I retired, and that went away. And that was not so pleasant. Um, so let's say if you're a young woman and you're very attractive, age comes, maybe you gain some weight, maybe you have some wrinkles. Oh, you're not getting that attention anymore. So with every positive thought, positive me idea, there's insecurity underneath it because at some point it can go away. And part of you knows that.
Mm.
So that's kind of the comment. And let's say the downside of that positive stuff, because at some point it can go.
Mm. And sooner or later it goes.
Yeah.
Usually, not always. But it's also that when you were working, if you look at it a little bit deeper, when you were working, the good feeling of getting appreciated and commanded to be a good working man, both by the colleagues and the bosses especially. You get more responsibility, more salary, and so on. There can also be some kind of um, basis for actually working more. So
And I actually got in trouble with that once they started flying me all over the place, and I kind of fell apart at one point.
okay, yeah,
So I know what you're talking about there.
yeah, because we want it back, and it's some kind of poison, a little bit of some kind of drug, huh? We want that appreciation, we want the attention to feel good, which is not strange, huh? Of course, we want to feel good, always. We actually feel good. We are actually good all the time, but we don't know. So we want to feel good. So we do everything to get that back, which means that we can sit and work late in the evenings, no? Because we know that the result will probably be, and we are really disappointed if it doesn't come, that when the boss comes in the morning and say, oh, you have been working so good. And when if he's not coming because he has a flu or something, we did maybe disappointed. Oh, I didn't get that comment about me being good. So you can to also see that we are still a bit hunting for this, chasing this feeling good state which is coming, which is one side of the coin of being a personal me in the story. Yeah, it's good. It's a good example. And of course, when people are getting retired, you're not the only one who react in this way, because we are used to have some kind of attention, for hopefully positive one, while we are working. And then suddenly it is just one day, stop. Can be quite depressing for many people.
So that's all I had to say about it.
What did you say?
So that's all I had to say about
Okay,
it.
yeah, thank you, thank you, Fritz. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah. Just to become aware how the person me is grabbing attention all the time. Either it says that life sucks, life is hell. It's just suffering. You better go to the ocean, so to speak, and end it all. Or at the other side of the coin, oh, if I work a little bit more, I will get this drug a little bit, be appreciated by other people. It's still the same principle behind it. The belief in a personal responsible me in the story. And as long as this belief in the personal story, person in the story, responsible one, is there and having this power that it has over everybody, as long as it's there, it's very hard to see that life is one. That is, of course, what we, so to speak, heading towards. To see that there is no separation. A reality is one, showing itself as what is in the moment, seemingly not one, but it is actually one. In the one state, it is seen always that it is one, of course. And if reality is one, there is no room for any person, some kind of responsible person, because responsible person means two. Me and my problems, me and the world, me and other people, me and life over there. So that is why it is the only problem, actually. It is a quite good news that it is only one problem. The belief in this responsible person in the story. And not seeing that we are not in the story. We are not the responsible person in the story. We are, so to speak, outside the story. So to speak, observing it, being aware of it, you could say. It's not really true, but we can call it that now. We are free from the story, untouched by it. And if we are seeing that we are actually some kind of witnessing, just a temporary word now, witnessing what is happening. Well, if you are witnessing something in daily life, something is happening, we are not involved in it, we're witnessing it, we're not touched by it. Huh? We're just witnessing, it's over there, okay. It's not nice for them, something accident or whatever it is we're witnessing. We can feel something, but if they're not close to us, we're more distant to it and we're just noticing it. It's not so serious. It's not so important. And this is a witnessing part. There's no witnessing really, but it's just a way of talking about it. To see that we are, so to speak, we are untouched by what is happening. But that cannot happen as long as we are totally involved in the story as the responsible person. And that is why we are focusing so much on it and looking at it from hundreds of angles in group sessions and individual sessions in so many ways to try to find a way where this personal me is grabbing attention in your daily life. Because it's not about this session here, it's about your daily life, where this personal me is grabbing attention and make your life very problematic and very uncomfortable. And to see, why is it like that? Why do I feel not so good for the moment? Why do I feel uncomfortable, unpleasant, maybe even awful? And then to just see it, look a little bit closer, and you will see that there is a personal me somewhere. Anyone else about this? So I've been like a parrot talking about this personal me all the time. So I thought you're going to have a little bit of a break tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm not going to speak about the personal me so much at least. I'm going to speak about love. It's a very important subject. And without introducing the love, which is actually the primary goal here, there will be no enlightenment. So we will talk about that tomorrow. All kinds of different kinds of love and what we mean by love in connection to the freedom state. Is anybody having any other questions or any comments?
I have one.
Yeah, Cassie.
Yeah, I'm confused, as usual. I mean, I fluctuate between, a personal me that's awful and a personal me that's, even sitting here during this talk, I'm looking at myself on the screen talking right now. And um, so I fluctuate between different personal me's that are doing different things to maintain themselves. And it's like, can the personal me do anything about this? Like, it seems like that's just another personal me trying to get itself out of this mess. So I'm just confused.
Yeah, and when the thinking mind is looking in this direction, so to speak, it seems to be quite strange. I mean, if there is no person me, why are we here at all in this group session? Can't we just cancel the whole thing? Just go home and have a nice time or something, or take a drink if you don't feel good. Well, you have to look from the top of the mountain now, okay? This is happening. This is what is here is happening. This is the ocean. Again, using that metaphor, you know it by now. The ocean is showing itself as this wave. And so there is no chooser, that is personal chooser, that chooses to have it in this way. But of course, it has to be seen that it is so. Before that, it's a theory, and for most of you, it is a theory. You can, so to speak, choose not to believe it if you want to. But this is how it actually is as an answer, that things are just happening, which means, sounds not so very optimistic, that enlightenment will happen or not. Because there's not any person getting enlightened. There's not any person using any tool to see that there is no personal me. This is just what is happening. So who is the doer here? Well, there is only one doer. And that is the truth. But I know it sounds very abstract, I know. But this is how it is seen. Quite clearly it is so. The truth wants to break through in you, so to speak, in you. It's not so easy to talk about it without using I and you. The truth wants to break through and show you this is how it is. There is no suffering. Life is just total love and bliss and peace, and you are here forever. This truth wants to break through in everyone all the time, every second. But most people, they don't listen to this. And even the listening, of course, to this is also happening, or not. And in some people, there is some kind of listening to that inside voice inside. Something is wrong here. Something is missing. Something is lacking. Then some kind of search begins. Why do I feel like this? Why am I not happy? That is a starting point. So actually, people who are quite happy, they never come to these kind of sessions, which is quite natural because they don't feel they have any need for it. Oh, I'm quite happy. If I don't so happy, I take a pill or whatever it is, the strategy. But for some people, which are not so happy at all, they start the journey of discovering why are they why am I not happy? And this is also starting by itself. It is a truth which is, I know it sounds very abstract, But this is how it's seen from the top of the mountain. Seen, not thought about, not a theory. The longing for freedom is there in these people. And the longing starts a journey. So it's not a me searching. The searching is coming from much deeper level. The truth wants to, so to speak, understand why am I in this restricted place? If I'm unlimited, blissful, beautiful, loving being. So it starts to question itself, you could say. And to find out that, but I mean, this is not true. This is horrible. So the whole discovery journey, if I may call it that, is made by the truth itself. And one part of this discovery in your specific case is this group session in this moment. And everything what is happening during daily life, every time we don't feel good, it is the truth which is showing us, mirroring, something is wrong here, something is misunderstood. That's why we don't feel good. Because if everything is just love and peace and bliss, there's no room for not feeling good. Not feeling not good, I mean. So life is also using that situation. The truth is putting us in situations. But it's not us. It's not up to us. So we can just relax, actually, in that sense. And if there is a teacher around or some kind of guide or whatever, we come around some books or some teachings or some exercises and so on. Then, what is happening then is just, okay, maybe I can try this one. But there is no one, it's not a person thinking that. It is a truth which tries to find a way to see how it is. So the search is automatic in that sense. There is no searcher. But then there comes a situation that they have been searching for a long time, trying all kinds of ways, exercises, whatever, therapies, going to teachers, whatever. There comes a situation usually that I don't know what to do. I have no clue. It's not any I who has this. It's a realization from within. It doesn't work. That realization is also coming by itself. It's not any person me thinking that. We know when we look that there is no person me creating any thoughts. So more and more it comes to the surface that I don't know what to do. So it comes to some kind of surrendering situation, you could call it. But there's no one surrendering. It's a surrendering situation. And then there is an inner environment created. And that is what we're trying to do here. To create an inner environment through the non-doing meditation and activation. So that the breakthrough can happen. Because there is no resistance to it anymore. But the resistance is not we creating the resistance. It's just there. We can discuss where it came from and so on, but I'm just describing that the search is not done by any seeker, because there is no seeker. It's just that it happens in this way. As most people on earth, they go through life without knowing how it is. And for some people, They want to know, so to speak. They want to know how it is. So even if it doesn't sound very, what should we say, inspiring, but to feel bad is actually a starting point for searching for the truth, to find out how it really is. So feeling bad is actually not something negative. I'm not saying it's positive either. I'm just saying that it's a starting point for questioning, why is it like this? Why do I feel like this? Why am I not happy at all? And maybe it's a long answer for you, Kathy. I don't know if you have something to say.
No, that makes sense. What's coming to me now is just, this idea that, I'm so weighed down by the belief that something's wrong, and so I'm supposed to question, maybe nothing's wrong, but it's hard to believe that nothing's wrong if the truth can't even find itself. The truth can't, why would the truth even have to break through? But as
Yeah.
you say, that's just how it is.
Yeah, this is just how it is. When there's why questions come into picture, is why is it like that? Why can't we just live as enlightened, beautiful beings and singing songs the whole days, no? And have a nice time? Well, as you know, I'm a little bit lazy here. I leave it to the philosophers. This is a philosophical question. Why is it like this? What you're trying to do here is to see how it is now and how we can proceed. So to speak, we proceed. Knowing that what is happening is actually a part of your awakening. Everything which is happening in these sessions and the whole days, you could say the whole life is some kind of enlightenment course. Until it's finished, until it breaks through. The truth wants to break through all the time. And of course, if you look at that statistically, it's not very inspiring. How many people are searching and how many people get it? I mean, it's embarrassing, isn't it? So few. But you're here now. And you're gonna get it. Why? Why? Because it is based on the truth itself. The discovery that you are already free. It's just about discovering it and not to somehow develop a skill or getting rid of traumas or what kind. There's nothing, there's no obstacles. If there is only the ocean and the waves, which is your personal story, what is the hindrance from seeing that if there is only the ocean? So even the traumas is the ocean. The traumas is one of the ways. But they believe that there's something wrong here, something which is in the way, catharsis. I need to go to that and to that and to that and to have so much garbage. Everyone says the same. I have so much garbage. Something special with me here. This is around 200 people here. They in the groups, and they say all the same. Oh, I'm special here. Maybe there's some kind of identity, I don't know. But I'm specially because I have so much it. There is no garbage. It's just the ocean showing itself as that in the moment. It's still the same ocean. If everything is God, if I use that term, this loaded term, if everything is God, does it matter what comes then? If it's God anyway? So of course it can be a commentary, but then I can't do anything. No, sorry, you can't. It happens or not. But without coming here or some similar place, it will not happen usually. But it happens sometimes also. That is a crucial thing. That sometimes people are not searching at all. And just suddenly it's just cosmic whoops, or so what should we call it in English? I don't know. It just happens, you know. There is no rules here. And trying to put the truth in some kind of box doesn't work. You know? It's infinite in its possibilities. Anything else for today?
Comment.
Yeah, please.
I saw this video once. I'm not recommending it necessarily, but the title was "Who's Driving the Dream Bus?"
It's a good title.
And kind of the punchline is the truth was driving was driving the dream bus the whole time, but it just wasn't recognized.
This is a very good metaphor, if you go to metaphor, you know, because we believe, it's a very good point. We believe that we are driving the car. We are sitting in the driving seat and driving the car. But of course, when with time we understand that there's something else happening here, some other force, so to speak, because it doesn't matter what I do, I still don't see it. I don't still not awake, you know. Every time I do something, a past for 30 years, I'm talking about my own experience, of course, it didn't work. Huh? So to realize that we are actually not in the driving seat, we are in the passenger seat. And that is, you have already been you're sitting there already. It's just to believe that we are in the driving seat. And of course, it's a little bit arrogant also, isn't it? I mean, to think that I am driving. But this is the way we have been taught, that we have free will as a person here, some kind of ghost in the machine, who has some kind of power to free will to decide what to think and what to decide and what to control and what to do. To things, to fix things, to manipulate and so on. Get something in a certain direction. Quite arrogant, actually, if we look at it a little bit from the distance. And it has nothing to do with the truth. So even the path to do something to get there, well, if everything is the ocean showing itself as waves, even the path to do something to get there is already the ocean. So your path is your enlightenment. It doesn't lead to enlightenment. The doing doesn't lead to enlightenment. It is already the enlightenment, showing itself as what the thinking calls a path. This is what we're trying to do here, to discover how it really is that you're already there. You have never left. It's impossible not to be enlightened. Because there is only one reality. And that is total, infinite, eternal. And you are that. So to speak, you. Not in your personal sense, of course. Okay. So we see each other tomorrow. For those who want to. Or we will speak about love. Thank you very much. And thank you, Lindsay.